Welcome to this GeroCare Doctor Orientation video. It is a prerequisite for you to become a GeroCare doctor. You need to watch and understand this video. My name is Dr. A.B. Offrey and I am the CEO of GeroCare. Before we proceed, it's important to remember one thing, and that is the fact that GeroCare does not employ doctors. It just provides an enabling environment for a doctor to be self-employed. So it is a doctor's responsibility to ensure he keeps patients assigned to him, because we provide the structure to enable you carry out your practice. We provide the patients. All is left to you is to ensure that these patients given to you are happy enough with you to continue using the service. That's how you keep on making your money. So having said that, let's proceed. So first, what is GeroCare? GeroCare is a service that simply makes it possible for Nigerians all over the world, be it the UK, the US, or other states in Nigeria, to subscribe for regular doctor home visits for their parents and elderly loved ones in Nigeria, and to follow this care real time on their mobile devices using the GeroCare application. What's our mission statement? To improve the quality of life of the elderly across Africa. Yes, we are starting in Nigeria, but the plan is to replicate this across Africa. And when we say quality of life, we mean three things: ensure they are healthy, they are comfortable, and they are happy. These three things together make an improved quality of life. What's our vision? To be the one-stop shop for everything regarding elderly care. As the doctors, we are the leaders of the medical team, the head of the medical team. But every other thing they need, we also provide to referral partners. We are partnered with caregivers, pharmacies, laboratories, specialists, physiotherapists. So whatever the elderly needs, up to consumables like diapers or personal health monitoring devices, we provide it for them. So our vision is to be the name you think of when you think of elderly care, no matter what problem they have. What are our core values? Three key things: clinical excellence, extraordinary service, and compassionate care. You see the adjectives that describe the actions we are to take. You see clinical excellence, meaning that we should ensure our clinical practice is excellent. We examine the way we are supposed to examine each time we examine the patients. We take a good and perfect history and arrive at differential diagnosis and diagnosis that are in line with the things we found. The beauty is that each doctor will be assigned to a consultant who reviews their reports to help them along the way. Extraordinary service. We need to go above and beyond what we're expected to do. We need to wow these patients. Compassionate care. As they say, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So care is extremely important. So our core values are clinical excellence, extraordinary service, and compassionate care. So the GeroCare doctor. A GeroCare doctor's primary purpose is to review clients and patients assigned to them at least once a month in their homes as a form of preventive care to help them maintain a healthy state or prevent deteriorations in their health conditions, if any. This is more of a preventive care in the sense that whether these patients are ill or not, they are entitled to be seen at least once a month to ensure any conditions that may be trying to rear its head, we nip it in the bud by catching it at the earliest possible stage. Also, when you get to these homes, it's important to know that we're also taking care of primary health conditions. Any pains, aches and pains, fever, whatever they have at that time, it's our responsibility to treat it at that point in time. At the end of our visits, we also write prescriptions and lab investigations, but not given to the patients. We do this through our applications, and our partner services handle this. What's the GeroCare doctor's role? It's important we differentiate role from responsibilities and duties. Responsibilities and duties are encompassed in roles, but roles are much more than that. Role is what you are expected to do to achieve a certain end. For instance, in the army, they have what's called the commander's intent. He tells you what he expects to see at the end, and it's your responsibility to do whatever is necessary to achieve those things. So the doctor's role is to make our patients healthy, comfortable, and happy. So whatever we need to do within the bounds of the law and within the bounds of ethics, we need to do to ensure these three things are made possible. That's the improved quality of life. The duties and responsibilities. A GeroCare doctor must make use of his GeroCare mobile application while seeing clients or patients. This is extremely important. This is the base of what we do. This is how we interact with our sponsors, those that pay for the service, and the patients, to let them know what's happening at each point in time. It's also how we decide if you've visited or not and if payments will be made or not. As we say, no matter what you show us, the only evidence of a visit being made is the report on the application. And payment is automated, so payment is based on the report on the application. If a report is not seen, it means that visit was not made. Visit clients and patients assigned to them at least once a month, depending on initial assessments. If, for instance, we feel they need 2 visits a month, you let us know and we make that possible. But the baseline is at least once a month you need to see this patient. To spend a minimum of 30 minutes with each client on each visit. This is also extremely important. We need to spend time to be able to get the full history, get them to relax and tell us everything they need to tell us. Let them understand that there's value in what they're receiving. We are also to be available for telephone or WhatsApp consultation for assigned patients in between regular visits. As we know, many times when patients feel something is an emergency, most likely it's not. But when you discuss with them, you can let them know, okay, we will take care of this in the next visit. But for the meantime, you can do this, this, and this. If it's urgent that you see them, you let us know and we approve an unscheduled visit. Please do not make a visit without scheduling it on the application. Subsequently, you'll receive videos on how to do each step of the actions you're expected to do on the application. We are to adhere to suggestions provided by the quality assurance team, because after each visit, your report will be reviewed. It's extremely important to adhere to the suggestions given. If you, for any reason, have an objection to it, you let us know and discuss the suggestion before going ahead. To participate in update courses and quality assurance activities. This all to improve the way we provide our services and also improve our information about the elderly. What are the requirements to be a GeroCare doctor? 1. You need a degree in medicine and surgery, an up-to-date practicing license from the MDCN. You must be post-NYSC. We will get you a GeroCare certification as you go along the courses. You must be computer literate. You must own a smartphone or laptop with internet, and you must be willing to adhere to instructions. Working conditions. Schedule home visits that are convenient for both the client and the patient. For you to schedule a visit with the patient, you have to first of all discuss with them and arrive at a date that is convenient for both of you. It's not a command thing where you set an appointment and try and make sure they meet it. No, you need to discuss and have an agreed date you will visit the patient. Number of visits is dependent on initial assessments. Yes, most of them are 1 visit, but for any reason, if you think the patient needs 2 visits a month, you recommend that and do as recommended. Minimum of 1 visit per month. You are responsible for getting yourself to and from the home of the client or patient. You are to participate in educational and quality assurance activities. So how you make money? First, you earn $2,500 per visit per client. For referrals, if you are able to refer a client to us, you earn 10% of that client's subscription monthly. And you also have access to yearly benefits based on the performance of GeroCare in your location. So $2,500 per client per visit. Referral of 10% of the subscription fee client pays per month if you get us a new client. And the yearly benefits based on the performance of GeroCare in your location. What are other benefits to GeroCare, to a GeroCare doctor? 1. Once a GeroCare, always a GeroCare doctor. So that means even if you change locations from Lagos to Port Harcourt, you are still assigned patients in Port Harcourt because you are a GeroCare doctor and you still benefit from it. You become self-employed, backed by the GeroCare platform. Everything you need to do to run your practice successfully is provided for you by the back end of GeroCare. We set up appointments, we provide medication, we provide lab tests, we provide consultation, everything you need to do. All you need to do is just make your visits to the patient and then put the required things you need on the application, and everything is taken care of. So you're basically running a complete a home care service backed by GeroCare. You work at your own convenience and determine your income. How much you make is up to you. So we assign patients to you. The more you accept and the more you visit, the more money you can make. Also, it's important to give them your best service to ensure these patients keep on subscribing. That way you are able to gradually raise your revenue to the needed amount. You are part of transforming the healthcare industry, most especially the elderly care services. Free educational courses, medicine, management and business, public speaking and marketing, all to improve your self-development. So terms and conditions. Registration as a GeroCare doctor is free for the first year. It's free because we need you to see the value. At the end of the first year, we will determine if it will be renewed by a fee, but for now, registration as a GeroCare doctor is free. Renewal of your contract for subsequent years is dependent on 1. Client or patient feedback, participation in educational and quality assurance activities, appraisal by attendant family physician or geriatric physicians. So they review what you do, and based on their appraisals, we determine if you can continue with us or not. A GeroCare doctor is allowed to work in other establishments, be it private or government hospitals, with the exception of other home care services. We expect that while you are working with us providing home care, you should not work for another service providing home care. That's key to us. What are the keys to success? As I said initially, the customer is king. For you to be successful as a GeroCare doctor, your patients need to want you to come back. They need to want to continue receiving the service, because the moment they stop subscribing, you stop making money from that patient. So what do we need to do? Reliability is paramount. We do what we say we are going to do. We do it when we say we will do it, and we do it right the first time and get it done on time. Extremely important. We make them glad to hear from us. We should be an interesting part of their week. We look, listen, and ask for feedback. We don't just assume our clients are ecstatically happy about the job we're doing. We find out by getting candid feedback. Many times we need to probe and find out what exactly we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. You can ask GeroCare to find out for you, to do a small survey, to let you know the best way to act, the best things to do to ensure these patients keep on coming back and paying their subscriptions, and you keep on getting paid. So finally, I implore us to be proud to be GeroCare doctors, because we are actually improving the quality of life of the elderly. Many times we don't understand that what we're doing is far beyond the payment we're receiving. Taking care of this group of elderly people is a very, very huge, has very huge benefits, in the sense that we're doing far more than just earning money. We're changing lives. We're giving back to the elderly that sold to us. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can send me a mail on e.offrey@gerocare.org. or reach us on WhatsApp 0701 444 8844. Thank you very much for being a part of GeroCare.